It is another fabulous Tuesday, and I'm hoping that the live stream starts to kick in right away. I apologize for being a little bit late today. I had to make dinner, and it's been a crazy day running around like a chicken with my head cut off, getting everything caught up on, but you know, thus is life. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining me, even though I'm going to be a little bit shorter today, because I am going to end the stream definitely at 8 o'clock, just because I have to pick up Cloud, my eldest son, from university, so I will be doing that later. But I just wanted to start by acknowledging the land upon which we stand, because it's always important to have that sense of place, that sense of belonging, that sense of understanding, and really be thankful for the land upon which we stand. Be thankful for the histories that have been steeped into this land, for the families that have been here for time immemorial. I am in Treaty 7 in Calgary, which is better known as Mohkinstsis, which is where the Bow River and the Elbow River come together. It is a confluence. It brings people together to learn from each other and to grow together, and I feel that spirit of Mohkinstsis whenever I share, whenever I'm at community events, but also whenever I share my live stream. I feel like that is my responsibility to gift back, and so I'm very thankful for this new technology to be able to reach more people, but just to be able to spend the time to honor where I am. And so I'm very, very humbled and thankful. And so I wanted to thank the Blackfoot of Siksika, Kainai, and Pagani, the Sarsi Dene from Tsuut'ina, and the Stoney Nakoda from Morley, which includes Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. We're also walking in the footsteps of Métis Region 3, which is why I proudly wear my Métis sash, to act as that bridge between Indigenous and non-Indigenous culture. Yeah, I think it's so, so important to just acknowledge that and start with that sense of place. So I am Cree from Muskeg Lake Cree Nation in Saskatchewan. I'm Cree and Métis, and with a little bit of Anishinaabe thrown in there for good measure. But it's I haven't really been on my reserve. I haven't lived on my reserve. I still, go there and visit. I still am connected to it, and so I'm very, very humbled and thankful to have that family connection and to have that culture and my ancestors behind me, and so I'm very, very humbled for that. But hello! So I just wanted to start today, like I start every day, by welcoming in the ancestors and sharing the Cree welcome song. Traditionally, when we sing songs, we sing in rounds of 4, under the 4 directions of the medicine wheel, but this song is a little bit different. We sing it in rounds of 3, and that's to keep the circle open and welcoming so everyone completes the circle today. Because in a circle, we're all connected. There's no beginning, there's no end, no one is greater or less than anyone else in the circle, just like in the Hoop of Life. So it teaches us to honor each other for those differences. Because if everybody was exactly the same, the world would be incredibly boring and nothing would get done. And so it really reminds us of that humility of honoring the gifts that we have, but also honoring the gifts that everybody else has. And truly this song it's really been a guiding force on my journey. So I'm really, really thankful for the Natahau family for keeping this song alive and for keeping the story behind the song alive. Because again, for so many generations, we weren't able to speak our languages or share our stories or to share our songs. And so to be able to is just such a gift, and to know how resilient our people have been so that we keep these teachings, we keep these songs, it's such a gift. And so Miasin, which is the Cree welcome song, it doesn't just mean welcome, it also means beautiful. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way to be able to sing. Miasin, miasen, haselina, hasemina, epetakote, niwagumagan. Hota, homa, kitaskino, miasen, miasen, hasemina, hasemina, epetakote, niwagomagan. Oh, skino miasen miasen hasemina hasemina he peta kote niwagomagan hota homa kitaskino. Hi, and welcome to the circle tonight, everyone. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the fabulous earrings I'm wearing. So they are beautiful red dresses. So yesterday was Sisters in Spirit, and it was just such a beautiful gathering. To bring community together in such a meaningful way is so important. To see the incredible amount of people that were there and the new faces and just that community support that is there for those families who have lost loved ones. Sometimes it can get so overwhelming just to see that support and to know that you're not alone. And so it's such a gift to be able to help with events like that, even if it's just my way of like organizing, bringing sound equipment, bringing drums, because I always bring all my drums. Drums are the voice of community. It's that heartbeat that connects each and every one of us. And so, by bringing the drums and allowing everyone to just drum and sing together, there's so much power in that. As we were drumming and singing down Stephen Avenue as we were marching here in Calgary, that resonating drum beat that was just carrying us forward was just beautiful, and I felt the ancestors walking with us. I always do when we're drumming and singing and marching together, and so it's such a gift to be able to share, and such a gift to be able to use my talent for drum making and have those drums that I have extra for community, for teaching, for learning, for growing, but for sharing. Not only do they get used, but all of them always come back, and it's just something really beautiful about the way that community understands the importance of those drums and how it connects each and every one of us. And one other moment that really resonated, there were so many, was we were singing. Well, we invited everyone to sing the Strong Woman song. And as we were doing that, women, men, people stood up and they were drumming and they were singing and they were sharing the Strong Woman song. And there was so much power. And I was overwhelmed. I almost started to cry because I was just so humbled by the experience, and to see how we can come together and just that energy that we can create when we work together and just put all of those differences aside. Because I know we have a lot of challenges around lateral violence and around disagreements in our families and in our communities. But when we can put them aside and come together with our voices, with our drums, that truly is how we can move forward in a good way. Thank you so much, Esther. And so I wanted to share that Strong Woman song again tonight. I know it's really become just this anthem for murdered missing Indigenous women, but also a way to reclaim our power as women, a way to reclaim our power as Indigenous people, to recognize, how we are all interconnected, how we're all community, how we're all family, that strength within each and every one of us that resonates through our female ancestors, through our mother, our great-grandmother, our great-great-grandmother, and so on and so forth, our ancestors that have really carried that genetic code forward, and really to honor our future generations as well. But so importantly is to honor our Mother Earth, because she sustains us, she feeds us, she clothes us, she does everything for us. And so it's really about honoring and respecting the relationship that we have with Mother Earth as well. This song was once known as the Turtle Song, and I'm gonna grab my drum off the wall. There's a little ledge here. This is really awesome. So I'm really starting to settle into my new space, so it's good. But this was known as the Turtle Song. This is an OG Kree song. And the turtle, when we look at it, it also represents Mother Earth, because we are said to be on a turtle's back. This is why we call our Earth, Turtle Island. But when we look at the turtle, it represents the woman as well. So we have the 13 bumps to represent the 13 moons, which are reflected in Grandmother Moon, and then the 28 ridges on the outside to represent the 28 days in a moon cycle, which just so happens to be in our own moon cycle as women. And so this honors that cycle. It honors that sacredness of birth and rebirth and connection and community, and how we need our emotions to be able to come together as a community and to heal. And so this is the Strong Woman song, and when I sing it, I do it with a heartbeat. That's that women's beat, that's that honor beat, that's a healing beat as well, and it's also a community beat that brings people together. We would use it oftentimes in women's ceremonies. We have a lot of songs that have that double beat, that heartbeat. And when I sing it, I start low and I go a little higher each time. And to me, I feel like we're rising above. When we come together as community, we rise above all of those challenges, all of those hardships that we've had to endure, and we can support all of those family members who have lost loved ones. But it's rising above. It's that sense of hope and that sense of belonging and that sense of connection. And we can rise above as long as we stay together. And so this is the Strong Woman song. I'm just really thankful to have been surrounded by such incredible spirits, women, and two spirit people. And yesterday was just this confluence of like everyone coming together, and it was so beautiful to see so many faces that, you know, we haven't seen in so long because everybody's been kind of like siloed and locked down. Or just really like cautious to come out. But when we are at community events like this, it's like a coming home to see all of those spirits, all of those people that we haven't seen in so long, sometimes that we only see at these events. but we're family. It is. All my relations, everyone is related. We are all family. And it's just recognizing that kinship and that connection that we have between us. And I really wanted to honor my sister from another mother, my beautiful sister, Stephanie, who she marched all the way from Pagani Nation, which is almost at the Montana border. Actually, it's technically at the Montana border, because the Pagani Nation is actually separated into north and south. And across the border, they're known as the Blackfeet, and here in Alberta, in Canada, they're known as the Blackfoot. But they're the same families. It's just this invisible barrier, which, thanks colonization, has separated those people in that nation. But they're still one and the same, and they know it. But Stephanie is just this powerful, amazing, incredible warrior, and I am so humbled and thankful and grateful to have her in my life. And for all of the work that she does and all of the teachings that she shares, and for just how she has shown how grief can be used as a sense of strength. And so she has lost 2 girls, and I couldn't even imagine losing my kids. But she marched for her girls. She marched for not only her girls, but all of our women, all of our men, all of our Two-Spirit people. But it was just, she's so inspiring, and I'm so thankful and humbled to have her in my life, and for that guidance and that humility that she brings forward and that gentleness. But she's still a fierce warrior, so don't mess with her. She will bite back, but she is just so brilliant and inspiring, and I'm so thankful to know her and to have been part of this journey, even though I haven't been able to march because I have a bummed hip and a bummed knee, still to just send that energy, and when I was fasting, to really eat and drink for her, or well, I wasn't eating and drinking, but to pray for her during that fast. And so yeah, I wanted to share the Women's Warrior song. Also, another group that came down all the way from Red Deer, including one of my friends, JB Medicine Crane, was just amazing to see her, and just to hear her speak, and just her words are so eloquent, and her flute playing was just, you could stop time with that. It was just so beautiful. And I was so thankful to be at that event and to see how all of those people from Red Deer came down here, and then all the people from Pagani had walked up, and just to see that strength and that perseverance and that resilience, and how they had physically manifested that hope in those steps that we need to take moving forward to really drill home the severity of this issue, but also be the work that needs to be done. And so I'm really thankful for all of that crew. And so this is the Women's Warrior song, which is, it's Salish. So it was brought about through AIM during the Oka crisis. And it is really just to empower all of our warrior women. And you don't have to be on the front lines fighting to be a warrior. It's the ones to stand up for what's right. It's the ones who honor the voices and teachings of their elders, of the ancestors, the ones who step in when something needs to be done, but also they're the ones that know that if somebody's taken from our family and from our community, they're the ones who step up and step into those roles where they're raising other people's children, or maybe their grandchildren, or maybe their nieces and nephews, but they know that no one else is going to fill that gap. So those warrior spirits will step in and stand up for what's right, and persevere for all of our future generations. And so it's really dedicated to all of those warrior women and the strong warrior men that stand beside us, and all of the Two-Spirit people who embody all of those teachings and bring them forward full circle. So this is the Warrior Woman song, Women's Warrior song. And I always say, please share and please sing, because when we sing together, we have so much power. apologize. Luckily it's upstairs, but you can still hear it. I want to share, so the Four Winds song just came into my mind. It's also known as the Cherokee Morning Song. It can be found on YouTube with Robbie Robertson and Ulali, and they have like incredible harmonies, so I definitely recommend you check it out. Hi Sonia. And so yeah, it popped into my head, so I'm like, this song needs to be shared. So I always trust that whatever songs are meant to be shared will come through me at that time. And so this is the Four Winds song. I learned it as the Four Winds or the Four Directions song because in it you can hear the winds going to the north and or to the east, and then to the south, and then to the west, and then to the north. It's really about honoring all those four directions of the medicine wheel, all of the winds that push us where we need to go, but just that sacred breath that we all share, which is such a gift. And to honor all of the seasons, because they all bring different changes and challenges and teachings and lessons, and so it's a gift. So, thanks, Joel. And the laughing song popped into my head, so I'm going to share the laughing song with you. So it teaches us not to take ourselves too seriously, much like the raven and many of the birds. But yeah, this was from, I believe, the Four Winds Singers. They're out of Edmonton. Woo, Treaty 6. So I just really want to give thanks for them for sharing this song, and it stuck in my head as soon as I heard it. It was just like boom, right there. And I've been taught by a few elders that if a song is meant for you to carry, you always acknowledge where it's come from. You honor who's taught it to you, or where you've learned it from, and who has brought those songs forward into your life, but also to be able to share them freely. And so it's not about a sense of ownership. Ownership is really a colonial construct and concept. And so, because you can't take anything with you when you leave this world. And the earth knows it doesn't own the animals. The earth knows it doesn't own the plants. It can just nurture it and help them to grow and help build those relationships, but never govern how or what they're going to do. And so we need to have that wisdom within us. And but the laughing song, don't take yourself too seriously. When I was learning this song, or sometimes even when I share it with my mom, when we sing together, we always mess it up. And so I might mess it up, and you'll probably see me giggle a little bit. So this is the laughing song, also known as the happy song. Way hi yo, way hi hi yo, way ho, way ho, why yo, way ho, way ho, way ho, way ho, way ho, way ho, way hi yo, way hi hi yo, way ho, why yo, way ho. Way ho, way ho, way ho, way ho, way ho. Way hi yo, way hi hi yo, way it to speed up. And so whenever I do it, I'm like, woo, let's go. So I'm really, really thankful to be able to share that. I'm going to share one more song. And then I have to go pick up my son from university at a late class tonight. And so I always love to close with a traveling song, or sometimes I close with the Thunderbird song. Because for the longest time, the Thunderbird to me was like a goodbye song. Well, not goodbye, because we don't actually have a word for goodbye. In a lot of our First Nations languages, it's more like see you soon, or until we meet again, or good luck on your path until it brings you home to me. And so it's just a gift to be able to know that, and I'm hungry to learn more of my language, and so I can't wait to be able to do that as well. And so this song, I'm going to do the Thunderbird song because it's been a while, and the Thunderbird is fate or destiny. It's that thing that pushes us forward. It's that little voice inside us, our intuition, because it comes from our spirit. It's never ever wrong. And this is why when we ignore it, we get into trouble. And the Thunderbird is that kind of driving force, and if we keep making the mistakes over and over and over again, eventually the Thunderbird's gonna kick us in the butt and put us on the path that we need. And so sometimes not so gently, it will nudge and nudge and nudge until finally it's like, nope. And that's kind of exactly what happened to me. It was nudging me to be on a path where I could be sharing drumming and singing and stories and, you know, traditional culture, and all of the teachings were coming through me, and all of the stories and the songs were sticking with me. And I think maybe I was afraid of it in some ways. I was afraid, well, I mean, lateral violence, of course, that's something that you can definitely be afraid of. But yeah, I was just really hesitant to be on this path. And then the Thunderbird hit me with a truck. So really a big truck, a dually actually. And I had a choice in that moment. I had to figure out, okay, why did the Thunderbird hit me with that truck? And I survived, but I had to really think long and hard about the path that I was on and the path ahead. And I knew that that Thunderbird hit me with a truck for a reason, so I could be on the path that I'm on now. And even though I've had 4 major hip surgeries, and it's been a lot of pain, but I'm thankful because it put me on the path that I'm on now, where I could share my teachings and, you know, really connect community and, you know, really share the gifts that Creator has gifted me in a beautiful way, and not be stressed about, you know, I think unfortunately our society is like, you should do this, you have to have a 9-to-5 job, you should do this, and to be, you know, upstanding citizen. But sometimes following your path that you're meant to, everything falls into place so much easier. And I think there's a lot of hesitancy when things are a little too easy. But that's just the Thunderbird guiding us and helping us. And when we fight it, that's when things get a little problematic. So listen to your Thunderbird. It's your ancestors calling like, hey, don't do that, or I've taught you these things, or I've already made these mistakes, don't do it again. It's also our future generations really holding that hope and really hoping for them to, you know, follow in those footsteps and acknowledge the path that we're on now. So just recognize that this path is yours and yours alone. Nobody else can tell you. Society can't tell you who you are, what you should be. And so it's about finding you. And so I'm thankful for the Thunderbird and all of their teachings, even when they hit me with a truck. And so this is just a good night, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week. And this is the Thunderbird song. It's an Anishinaabe song, and I had learned it, whew, where did I learn it from? A couple of people. I knew Elder Carrie Moore shared it, and I was like, oh, I know this one. Because I remember growing up and hearing it whenever we would go back to the reserve. So this is the Thunderbird song. Wait.
Way
thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna put this up here because it looks nice on camera. But I'm gonna put her in a bag later. I just don't want to go upstairs to get the bag because I forgot it. But yeah, McWitch, everyone, thank you so much for joining me again. Sorry it was very short this week. This is why we didn't smudge, but my smudge was laid out and I smudged before we started. In the middle of making dinner, I was like, water's not boiling. Run downstairs, smudge. Go upstairs. Water's boiling. It's a miracle. Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your kind words. And yeah, have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week. Please support the people in your community that are hurting right now. We've had a big couple of weeks with the first ever Truth and Reconciliation Day, but also with Sister in Spirit. It's always difficult for people every year, and so it's really about taking care of each other. So, Magwitch, everyone, hi, thank you, and we'll see you again.